The mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day. The incidents, the places. My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer. Can your heart stand the shocking facts about grave robbers from outer space?
Charge now, Lieutenant. Yeah, yes I am. Calvin?
Yes, sir?
Back up the car and gather radio. Tell the coroner he's got to make another trip out here.
We once laughed at the horseless carriage, the airplane, the telephone, the electric light, vitamins, radio, and even television. And now some of us laugh at outer space.
This is the new hit of the week record. Our music jury, composed of Florence Ziegfeld, Eddie Cantor, Vincent Lopez, select the outstanding dance hit of the hour for a hit of the week recording. This is the new hit of the week record. This is the new hit of the week.
Botanical_chaos is first over the fence. Watch out for Easy Raider patrols.
Good enough. Wait, why is that still there? I don't know. But welcome in, everyone. Hope you're having a good day, or at least as good as you can on a Friday before, well, if you're American, long weekend. If you're not, then, well, I guess a weekend can still be long even if you're not having fun during all of it.
MT Butterfly Fox is second into the zone. And right into an anomaly field.
Thanks for being first.
Careful on the grabby centers.
Thanks for being second, Butterfly. Yeah, I figured, I said I was going to... Wait, did I? Yeah, I already bought all the... Oh, that's just a straight downgrade. I figured since going to a schedule of I can just do, or I'm streaming when I can stream today because I don't actually have anything else planned. And yeah, then I went to check schedule, and by that I mean last time I actually posted or the registry of what games I'm playing, which I need to go through and revamp the schedule from just good luck to because I always seem to get, yeah, you always seem to get second. One day you won't run right into a bunch of anomalies, but that day is not this day. Ooh, 8 points on that. And thanks for lurking, Tag. Good luck at work. Yeah, because I had an idea that would be, at least in my opinion, kind of fun for a change in schedules, partially inspired by a library-themed VTuber that I've seen around. Is there anything up here? No, that's just that. Okay. I'm trying to remember because this game has a couple of, like, when you get this ability, you can go here, do a secret little course, and get some good stuff. And I don't think any of them are just accessible with only the high jump. I think you need the next thing. Oh yeah. I have no idea why I thought that wouldn't be the case. Good luck at work too. I hope that today goes fast and there's a whole lot of nothing because of the day. Alright, so yeah, just had the day off. So, well, I took the day off, so I decided to do this. For another 12 hours. Oh, that's rough. Thanks for that, Slaps. Appreciate it. Got me right as I was taking a drink. But no, because I realized when someone just a Discord I was in asked about emulation to get Mario Sunshine Eclipse working for
Sith Knight 20 is third.
Oh,
welcome to the Blockbuster.
Good timing.
You are not alone if there are loaves.
Yeah, the head slaps are like everything that you can throw at Corpse is huge because the model files for him is much larger than Bread for some reason. Like, for whatever reason, Bread is at a much higher DPI than Corpse, despite canonically Bread is 3 inches and Corpse is 6 foot. Ah! Yep, even those. Oh, those are massive. One thing I've enjoyed a lot more about, or when I've been looking into the 3D stuff on Naruto, essentially each model you set up has its own setup for get hammered for the throwing and the redeems and all that. So I think there's a way that I could manually adjust the size of how big the throwables are in tits, but that would take I haven't done it because I haven't wanted to do the background work of looking up, and I know it wouldn't be too big of a deal because I know VTube Studios back-end IDs for both of my models. They're actually hard-coded in my bot. Like, the way that it works is that when somebody select switch model, it goes there and just addresses them directly by their IDs. So I could set it up, but I just don't know if it's a thing, and I haven't bothered to do anything at all in Tits in a while. Like, I went through and like, how much stuff do I have back here that I don't use? Like, there's so much stuff that I haven't touched since I began streaming, because I just set it up once and yeah, never went back to it again. Also, I love the fact that you canonically have to tell this barrel full of pop a whole bunch of jokes. And that's just the process. That's how it works. You know what? I've gone through like 3 different topics already and do not recall where I was. Oh, right, something about... Yeah, we're getting distracted again, because I now know how to do this maze, that you can see between the barrels, like there's a wall here because there's no purple little bit between them. So it's not that hard, it's just a matter of going through until you find like the way out and where that is. But I remember I had, is either Nintendo Power or like a strategy guide we got. Oh, and of course I say that and immediately get stuck in the same loop. Because of course. Ah, there it is. But I remember that they had the entire area mapped out, because yeah, that's what you want to do, and that's what you want for a strategy guide. Yep. I don't know, kind of miss that era of just here's the game, and also you can get the companion little booklet that explains everything. Eh? I still love that fake out of, oh yeah, there's someone else following you. Mostly because I absolutely love the Popple and Rookie bosses. There's stuff up here. There has to be. But yeah, I had an idea for a schedule, since I realized that if pretty much anyone asks or has a passing question about emulation, like, I will immediately say, ooh, you need help, you need ROMs, you need stuff? Ooh, boo, blast, criminate, the famous Shadow Thief Popple's been caught in full sight. Cripes, think you're ready, do you? Well, no one's more ready than me, see? I'll show you. Ah, see? Rookie, shake a leg. Yeah, boss. Hey, Rookie, it's your turn, see? Why don't you squash these red and green drips here? Yes, boss. Yeah, this is what Bowser has been up to. Got amnesia from the plane crash, so now he's working as a mafia goon. Red and green. Feel like I know these two from somewhere. Weird. What? Rookie, saying you're acquainted with these two palookas? Yeah, something about them feels real familiar. So you feel real mad. Quit your babbling, you. You two ugly mugs came here for the same reason as us. You want the fabled Chicola Reserve. Boo, I say. Think you can beat me to the punch? Well, open those ears, punks. I, Popple, Shadow Thief, filcher of the world's riches. Bet you get the Chicola Reserve first. Rookie, get to it. Oh! Right. I forgot. I'm way too used to Brothership, where you can just hold the hammer for as long as you want. Which, on one hand, makes it a bit easier, but especially because the timing's a bit more of a challenge. But on the other hand, oops, it's a little bit of a cheese. Like, I like the bit of you have to also time it right for the wind-up phase. But, Anyway, to the point that I keep on trying to make it and fail. I kind of got the idea that, or that it got in my head after I realized how much I just love to help people figure out, like, emulation stuff. Oops. That it's like, practically speaking, I'm kind of just doing a rental service out of this Blockbuster. Well, so I could do, like, just... Well, first of all, I'd actually have to get schedule art instead of a modified bread PNG, because that's one that I just erased the face on, or... How did I do? Oh, right, I think I hid I think in VTube Studio, I hid the face and eyes for that, or for the bread model. Took a screenshot, saved it, and I did something that was weird. I don't remember what. But I've just been writing the schedule on the back of that for whatever, so I could get something that isn't that. Or just do a quick get bashed screen with, like, just rotating art every month or so, and just do, like, this month's free, like this month's featured rentals or something like that. And I should also, and there's the blow up. I have no idea what the peppers do. I think they're, like, temporary stat buffs, but, like, it's the same issue with Pokemon, right? If you have anything that just uses your turn to potentially make your next turn hit a bit harder or not be hit as hard, like the temporary stat boosts, I almost never use them. It's like, no. I know there's tactics in play, and I know there's stuff like, if you get to this level of whatever, then then you hit this much harder and you can one-tap Bamon with these stats, and yet, nah. Just like, if it takes me 2 turns to deal double damage, I would rather deal the same amount of damage over those 2 turns. I will figure it out with maximum aggression. The only thing useful, at least for Pokemon that I've ever seen, is the reduces evasion by whatever. Oh, we're back right over here. I feel like, alright, so that strategy guide I mentioned also had, like, all the hidden blocks mapped out, and I feel like there was some here. No idea where they are. Like, it's just the vague memory of hidden blocks exist, and now my mind can put them anywhere I think they might, and several places that I think they might not be. Yeah. Yep. Oh, hey, there's a barrel of bros. Have I been saved? Rescued? What? Sister Lords, hello, I'm the matron of the Satu. Cork, that is me. And moi, I'm the petite brother of Cork. My name is Kask. We were stuffed in these barrels by 2 tres bizarre characters. Are you the ones who saved us? They are so ridiculously French. To get straight to the point, the 2 that attacked us are after the Chocolat Reserve that lies deep in these woods. Et vous, you do after the Chocolat Reserve as well? Ah, oui. The problem is whether or not that legendary soda even truly exists. Why, even the 2 of us have never seen nor drunk that famed drink, the Chocolat Reserve. And Chocolate Woods is a sanctuary no one can touch. Getting there is not easy. Eh? What? For stomping on enemies. And hammer rocks to little beats and make pass? Ah, oui. Perhaps we can get through the woods, but not with these moves alone. Cask, perhaps with that wonderful hammer? Oui, très bien, mon frère. Indeed, little moi was thinking the exact same thing. Ahem, pardon moi. The future of gaming is French. If I've seen one thing from Expedition 33 and all the well-deserved hype that game has gotten, it's that if you want a game to go big nowadays, you have to make it not just a little French. Like, you gotta make it obnoxiously French. Like the new Pokemon game that's coming out. I've heard a couple people a little bit disappointed that it was in... I don't even know where it is, because I've never played, like, the 3DS Pokemon games. So I only know it off of, like... Oh, yeah. I know what city that's vaguely modeled after. Like, I know Sword and Shield is England. All of it, football hooligans included. And then this one is just in... it's not fantasy France. But it's like... What genre is Pokemon? Because it's a little bit fantasy because of the Mons. And it's a little bit sci-fi, but like near future. It's like the same vibe of Cyberpunk, but what if everything was good instead of bad? Where it's like, oh yeah, in the distant year of 2077, this is what the world's like. But if that was good. I don't know. But it's also very, like, urban fan? Maybe it's just urban fantasy, but they got their shit together. After having a tete-a-tete with mon frère just a moment ago, we have decided to thank vous for helping us. We have decided to teach you 2 hammer techniques. These are techniques that have been perfected and refined and passed down here at this chateau. Chateau. Or Pokemon, what genre is it? Because it's not fully fantasy. It feels sort of sci-fi with some of the stuff that they get up to. Like thinking of the Maglev in the Pokemon Silver or Soul Silver Heart Gold remakes. And it's also extremely urban. Like the creation of Pokemon was the devs thinking, oh, hey, Ace, how's it going? Yeah, modern fantasy is probably the best thing for Pokemon's genre. Like, it feels right with that. Like, yeah. Anyway, more French. If you master these, they should help you in the bon voyage in the woods. Do you wish to try master these hammer techniques? Oui. First, Monsieur Green, give me your hammer. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like the same thing with Earthbound games where at least the first two ones. Earthbound 3 is just, yeah, that's just fantasy. Where it's like definitely trying to go for a certain vibe for being recognizably modern, but also has enough of its own stuff going on that it's not quite urban. Dude literally just bonked his brother. Oh yeah, like about half of the techniques aside from every technique aside from the jump is just, hey, we're going to teach you how to deal with sibling abuse in a very conductive manner. Because, like, you can hammer both of them into the ground. The spin and high jumps are just what they normally get up to the point that future games recognize them as a useful enough technique that they just remember they can do. And this game, it's like you can hammer them small or into their ground, you can set them on fire, you can electrocute them, and they're all very useful techniques. You can also do this. Luigi is not having a good time. That actually reduces his health. I think he got like 15, can get 15 more coins out of him. Okay. I didn't even know that was in the game for a long time. It was just, but the devs were just like, yeah, someone's going to try to do something like use one of the techniques. Thanks for the brick. Oh, that was whispers. I think everything on Corpse has gotten bigger. Like, there must have been a throwing system upgrade that changed a couple parameters, or maybe because I am a little bit used to the 3D model because I've been staring at it for a couple weeks to get it all working, to the point where I swapped to my bread model on Live 2D, and I'm like, why are the eyes so small? Those should be bigger. No, they've always been that size. Yeah, that's what it does. Like, what did you think put your face on a brick meant? I'd show up to your house and throw a brick at you? And like, it's not just your face. Like, anyone who's redeemed it once can redeem it again, and I think I might have accidentally enabled some people to do that, because I don't remember if there were any put my face on a brick redeems in the queue before I cleared it last. And I just cleared it the other day because there was a horrible showing of so much stuff just not working in the slightest. And I was feeling lazy, so I'm just like, anyone who redeemed anything will get their points refunded. Why? Because. Don't know, you don't work in construction yet. The future is full of possibilities, and one of them might involve a jackhammer. Man, no, you just you redeem it, you send me a PNG of what you want on a brick. I very quickly and awkwardly update the texture for the brick models I found, and away we go. There we go. Oh, right. Because I was thinking of how each and every one of these, high jumps or other abilities has some sort of interaction with a brother being small or hammered into the ground. I'm like, what's the one for Mario? And it's like, or what's the one for if Mario tries to do something? And there isn't one. Luigi's just fully in the ground, so it all just goes over his head, like literally. Yeah. Here I was thinking that, you know what, maybe a stream in the middle of the day would be better with less of the usual nonsense that happens when I stream late at night, exhausted and tired after work. No, my brain still just fully doesn't work properly. Like, it'll still do the exact same thing of talking, and then suddenly, no thoughts, head empty, full of concrete. Just fluff. We'll do speed. I have... Alright, good call. The trick with that minigame is that you're supposed to pick, like, whatever you've done the least because that gives a bigger bonus. Now, one thing would be to write it down. Wait, I want to fight you. So I could kind of maximize everything, but that would require a spreadsheet. And I hate having to do a spreadsheet for any game. Like, it's a spreadsheet to track in-game occurrences and keep everything accounted for and do, like, actual accounting for a video game. That's something you do if you love a game. Like, you gotta have the hyperfixation for it. But just doing it because it's mildly easier and you can squeeze out a bit of an advantage. Awful. Do not like that. Did I get the bean that was up there? Ah, shoot. I just realized the only warp pipes I have are here and Stardust Fields. I forgot to get the one in Castletown. Arguably the point of the warp system is for you to return to Castletown at any point. And I'm just like, nah, we don't need to go into the pipe house. Pipe house, where is that? Where even is that? Well, I guess we could go back and jump the border if we wanted. We don't even have the cafe for the beans, and that's in Castletown too. Ah! Oh yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day because I got, for some reason, today and yesterday has been one where everyone's like, hey, it's been a while since we've comedically harmed bread. Let's go do that. Yeah, jump in the border. I mean, shit, it's just right over there. It's an entire mini game. There's just two border bros at the Bean Kingdom, Mushroom Kingdom border, and in order to cross, you have to jump the border line. This is a joke that went over my head for every time I played this as a kid, and then I played it like again as an adult because I'm like, yeah, I have that on my phone. I got an emulator on there. I'm a bit bored. We'll play this. It's been a while. Like, oh my god, you just jump the border at the start of the game. Like, see, this is an immigration policy I can get behind. For fun-themed mini-games with puns that you get beans as a reward after. First, folk Mario and Luigi teach people yep. They're the perfect people to teach it. They have experience. Masters of jumping. Now we get beans. And the funny thing is that your stat screen is your passport, and you can go get the photos retaken. I just love this game for both the aesthetics and the fact that it's. I feel like with a lot of games that have a like non-standard fantasy setting, like they'll try to make it as approachable to the expectations of the genre as they can. Like Final Fantasy 15 is fully urban fantasy. All of their stuff, all their healing items are still labeled like potion, high potion, max potion, whatever. In universe, the description for all those items say like, oh, this is just a standard over-the-counter energy drink that's been enchanted with the main character's royal magic. It's like, all right, I get that I get that you have like genre spanning defining terms for all this, and like if you didn't do it among every other complaint of 15, the complaint would also be and they changed the names of the potion or the healing items. They're no longer potions. And it's like, all right, it's not that important. Random straw man I've made up in my head. But it would be cool if instead of having all the standard stuff for a fantasy setting, if they did just say like, oh yeah, energy drinks, or if it went like cola or different flavors of soda. Like, that would just be a neat little thing of world building. And it's not like it's that hard for people to retrain off of that. I love these turtles. They're just here. They're just walls. They're Bean Kingdom's versions of Womps. Womps? Shit, I'm actually embarrassed. I don't remember which one are the big. It has to. It's Womps. Womps are overhead. Yeah, because like Earthbound did food-based healing items, and that's its entire. Oh, thank you, Botanic. Appreciate it. Stupid ad bot. I hide the message, I denied the message, but that doesn't ban them. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. And because it popped up as like this viewer put in some block terms because I have like best viewer and all the by viewers and all that, you can't if anyone has a message with that in this chat, it just gets flagged for mod approval, and I always just click and deny it, which does hide it but doesn't ban the person. But so I do appreciate the bot banning. I should get Seribot, or one of the mod tools that that has a ban list for that and automatically deals with them. Because that's the thing. I've never bothered with other bots than the one I made because they're like, nah, it does everything I want. And I don't think much about moderation because my mind is still, I'm a small streamer. I can do whatever the fuck I want. No one will notice. Yeah, I know I should. Seribot is one of the best on there. And shit, I think I've seen it help a couple times on your streams when shit was going down. Best viewers on this stream? Hell yeah. You guys definitely are the best viewers that I got. But no, y'all are actually really cool. Wrong button. And I forget that it's not just oh yeah, set up when this happens in chat to do this or that, or run a ad for your socials every couple of minutes. I forget that it's primarily a moderation tool. Because I know Twitch is pretty transparent with their API and their documentation. My issues on it are just that there's so much you can do with it. It's hard to find specifics because all right, I want to do this thing, and at least part of it is that it's the thing I want to do is a little bit out of my skill level, or at least something I've never done with programming before. Ooh, golden beanie, get him! That's what I've been fighting all these dudes for. No! Bastard. Stupid metal slime behaviors. Gotta like hit both of them with one brother and then do it with Mario so Luigi can follow up on them. Or just outspeed them to the point where they don't get a turn. I think I can get there? That's such a weird place for the barrel. Like, I don't feel like I can go from here to over there. But that's just exactly what the challenge is. Yeah. God, I love the noises that they make. Just hammer. Woo-hoo-hoo. Just jump. Woo-hoo-hoo. I am so glad that the new voice actor for Mario Luigi has been able to do a really good job, like, subbing in for Charles Martinet. Not really subbing in. Martinet is just out of voice acting now, as far as I can tell. Because there is... Comparing this to Brothership, we got premium Italian gibberish in that one. And we got good nonsense here. I am Chuckleroot, protector of the woods. Ed's great tree, Mother Chocola. Only some may pass. Said none may pass, some may pass. I have no idea why he's segmented like this. Like, on one hand, I understand how it's done technically. It's just 3 different sprites that are all treated as their own character, but lined up on the grid so that they form a whole, which not really that uncommon. Like, that's a workaround for plenty of games. Of just, you only have so much space per sprite, so you stitch them together. Make like one character 3. But I have no idea what Chuckleroot's deal is. It's just... he's like that. Alright. Wait. Luigi does more damage, so unless these things fall apart at 18... Get him! Yeah, he's just there. Like, I can't be too surprised or feign too much issue with this, because, like, so much of Mario can be described as they're just there. Stuff happens. Like, shit, we were talking about what genre Mario games are in, or Pokemon games are in, and I remembered hearing something that is like, hang on, I gotta stare at a wall for a hot second because that makes way too much sense, and I am now shook a bit. Which is that Mario games are fantasy, but in the same way that Alice in Wonderland games are. Alright, so that... Okay, so the spiked badge ain't that good. It just cuts my power down. Well, it's the same power as the P badge, or the bean badge. And equip that. Oh. Oh, that's why Luigi is so much more powerful. But I like having BP. It's not like double damage. Ah, I got... Dang. That's actually too bad. I just realized I got new bros attacks, and I want to get the... I want to get the advanced for both of them because they're kind of useful. Knockback and Mario's version... Oh. And Mario's version of it, both I think can be chained, not infinitely, but pretty well. They're pretty powerful. I use them a lot for bosses. Ow. Ow, I hit that. These guys can just keep on calling for reinforcements for all I care. Give me more victims. God. Oh, right. Talking about how a lot of RPGs just don't really deviate from the norm. And like, I get that there's a whole layer to the design language of even when it, I know there's examples of like, technically this thing that shows up in every game, in all these games, aren't real or isn't actually a thing, but it's shorthand for the players, and it'd be more confusing if it wasn't immediately recognizable. I think one thing I might be thinking of is stuff like, now all I'm thinking of is like convenience things of how every heal, or that one era when all healing in games was your character wrapping a bandage around their forearm, Last of Us style. Like, yeah, it's a little bit laughable when all the damage that's shown on the model and you can see it isn't concentrated on that arm, and how if you have enough damage you can just wrap that one place over and over again. But that's because the alternative is having to animate and do all the legwork for every possible point of damage, which is a lot of tracking, a lot of programming, a lot of time. And like, my hot take is you don't actually want to spend a whole bunch of time on something like that. Oh yeah, the Far Cry games. Those are legit kind of incredible for the detailed healing methods. Mario, go, please. We have 4 seconds. Haha. Like, yeah, because there was a time when I was getting those suggested on those videos on TikTok, there we go. And just like all the ways that you set the bones back in place, or I think it does like the pry open a bullet or a shotgun shell, pour some gunpowder on it, and light it to quickly cauterize the wound. Which, for a trope that I've only seen in a couple of action movies, I was not expecting when I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and doing the almost traditional at this point side quest of, hey, this is how badly everything's going for us. Go use if you have any skill with any points in your medicine skill, go heal these random people, which it's kind of fun. First, as far as stock quest goes, it's kind of fun, but I was not expecting the answer for one of the checks to end with post-diagnosis just saying, the best way to cauterize this wound would be to use gunpowder. Like, all right, I have some on hand because I just did no, wait, you're given some because you're introduced to the fact of, hey, this world is historically accurate, and historically accurate means we have the worst handguns you have ever seen. But it's still very fun. My loadout right now is 1 longsword and 3 of the most basic, cheapest guns that you can get, because their entire gimmick is if they hit, they will just kill a person if you use the lead ball shot. But I got 3 of them loaded with a scatter shot ready to do a ye old ride by. But yeah, like, point is, the less needless stuff, or the less highly detailed stuff that developer has to do in the name of realism, the more they can just... Oh, right, I should be using bros attacks. Forgot that detail. Yeah, like if they're not doing stuff that doesn't really matter or ends up bogging down player experience, they can just focus on the stuff that's actually fun. Can you do the technique where you hold your sword by the blade and use the crossboard to lobotomize someone? I think that might be a combo. Yeah, that is a combo. I know it. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 does a fun thing where you have the standard sword play, which is that whole 5-point star where the bottom two is just a stab. And then if you do certain inputs, I forget what it is, but there's one I learned that was like pommel strike, shield bash, etc. It was just bash your enemy with the haft of your weapon, the pommel, or if you have the shield, that'll ruin their day. And I am the thing is though, oh no, wrong one. I'm really bad at using combos. Partially, it's just hard to get them off. Like, you don't actually have to deal damage to your opponent. They can happen even if they get blocked. The problem is that there's some of them like, yeah, I've heard of the Mordhaw. Hang on, I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look it up real quick. KCD2 Mordhaw. Oh, I don't know it yet. It's like the ultimate technique, the last thing that you can learn for a longsword. But the legit Mordhaw, whatever, it is just in the game. Like, I looked it up, clicked on the first Reddit link, and it's just, oh yeah. Yeah, that is some dude holding the sword by the blade and using the grip as the hammer. That is the Mordhaw. Mordhaw, yeah. It's one of those words that I know how to say it. I don't know how to say it consistently. So I won't try unless it annoys me. Then I will correct myself. I think the most this can do is strip this. Yep. Get him. I don't even want the badges. I just like the novelty of being able to say, yeah, got this drop from a rare enemy. To say Sepia out loud yesterday, that, oh god, yeah, words like that where you read it so often and then you say it and it's like, wait, the way you actually say that sounds wrong. But that's the way that it's actually said. It's like sepia or sepia or something like that. I should do health. Yeah, health was a good plan. Or it's one that you do say and read constantly, but it's also one that you trip over. It's like, I know the word. I do know it. I don't know how to say it right now. Agate. Agate's pronounced agate. And yeah, agate. Honestly, I'm just going with a view of if we say it wrong often enough, every pronunciation becomes real. Like, just indulge yourself with a bit of linguistic drift. Don't like the fact that it's agate. Just say it's agate. Just keep on saying a gate until it becomes a gate. That is, from the sheer amount of nonsense especially from what I've been learning just perusing the like in-game codex for Kingdom Come 2, there are so many things that's like, oh, this very common word became what it is just because people were shortening it, didn't know how to spell, or couldn't be bothered. Like the fact that pistol is spelled like the original first version cannon on a stick is spelled like pistole with an E at the end. It's like, oh, they just dropped the E because nobody could remember or care that it was there. Or it's like the same root word for gun. Like, it was originally spelled Gonne and pronounced like the same it is now. But then people just like, no, Gun. It sounds the same, we're good. Along Ford, except the fancy F. I didn't know about that one. I always thought that the fancy the F was used because to like a stylistic reference to how it was printed or written, where the S did look like a weird F. That item block right below where we exited the last screen, I have forgotten it's there so many times and dropped down and redid the bike block section just because I'm like, ooh, I need that now, instead of just backtracking and leaving the way I came. Fulfulness was the original spelling of sinfulness. It's called long S, but vertical. I see. Isn't there also like a letter that just got dropped out that it had the sound of a TH, but it was written weird? It's called the Thorn. And everything that had that in the English language just stopped using that and reverted to a TH sound instead. It's like something like that. You pronounce it. Oh, yeah. Wait. So it is just still an S, but the way it looks was different. That's so wild. And the problem is, no matter how, from, old English, like Middle English, that if you've ever seen anything like that, or anything in original Old or Middle, it's basically a different language. I've heard of a couple of things where there's a mutual intelligence between two languages. Like, they're close enough in structure that like most of the Nordic countries, like Sweden, Greenland, Norway, etc., that you can kind of get the same vibe between them. Like, they're not the same language, but they're close enough that you don't need much to go between them. I think movie Green Knight has sung Middle or Old English. Yeah, literally unintelligible. But like you can look at it like, I should be able to read this. This looks familiar. I have no idea what it's saying though. I think it's the beginning of Beowulf has just one word that historians aren't really sure what it means. Like, it just starts with what? Like HWEAT, and like, yeah, we kind of get, we know the vibe. We don't really know why it's there. Well, let's fight a worm. I think I can... Nope. It's always like even odds if I can actually just overpower a boss, or I have to respect their gimmick. Yeah, I think that'll get me another term. Yeah, it's the head that takes damage. Everything else is suggest. Okay, I didn't need to do. Calming the Wiggler down definitely reduces defense, but I didn't expect it to be by that much. I'd feel bad, but that's the Wiggler's entire deal. Just be angry and mess up someone's day. My God. That was almost rude. Nope, not murder. It ran away. That was just bullying. It's going to feel really bad and depressed and probably cry itself to sleep for a couple nights. But very importantly, I did nothing wrong. Well, nothing wrong that you can prove in a court of law. There were no batteries involved. I did that completely unpowered. The trick of every kind of losery, ineffective villain of just, nah, we'll wait until the protagonists do it. But I feel like, there is a difference. Because I'm like, no, I've seen instances where it wasn't so cheap of just, oh, and by doing what we were doing, we have made them win. Because I feel like it's mostly like Batman games, partially because I've been playing Arkham Asylum and that's fresh in my memory. Where that game feels like there's a couple instances of, all right, I have foiled your scheme. Oh no, I've done exactly what you wanted me to. Oh, ads. Be back in a second.
The new hit of the week record. Our music jury, composed of Florence Sigfeld, Eddie Cantor, and Vincent Lopez, select the outstanding dance hit of the hour for a hit of the week recording.
suspects. My job? Find out who. There's a guy named Jones, lab man. He makes prints of films. He handled this print. Then there's Smith. He's a film distributor. He sent the print to the station. And Brown. He's film director at the station. I know. You're trying to make me the ball guy. And Harris, projectionist at the station.
Yeah, we're back. There we go. Oh, and Shades, I would like to go on the record that I just merely assume you have free will. I can and frequently am wrong. Welcome, I hope you're having a good day. Just... Oh yeah, Botanic, if you didn't see chat, I'm planning about like 3-hour stream like normal, since that's pretty much as far as I can go. Ooh, what do sodas call their dad? Pop. Hippie's favorite soda? Granola Cola. These puns are awful. Name is Bubbles. I built Chateau de Chucklehuck, founded Chocola Cola Inc., and I am the ultimate comedian with a laughing, chortling har har har. Weird old man. Yes, monsieurs. Indeed, what you see before you is the most legendary of sodas, the Chocola Reserve. Pleased to tell you, this Chocola Reserve is yours to enjoy. It's too easy. Worked on Chocola Reserve for 1,000 years, telling it joke after joke so it'd mature and then mature some more, and then yet more, till at least the greatest soda of all would be completed with the fizz and the tastiness. Why is... I have no idea what he's wearing and why it has a zipper on the back. This is a soda such high caliber and repute, rude guests met a fate such as this. Un, deux, trois. They've been barreled. That's no ordinary soda, see? Can't stay out to such a beverage. So far, I've been pretty good. Me, as far as looking at rules and regs and tax. Ooh, fun. I hope that goes okay, because that... My brain is starting to try and gnaw its way out of my skull to escape. Anyway, let's fight a bottle of Dr. Pepper. Wonderful. So wonderful. Great soda shines. However, I was not the only hidden soda power my jokes have bred over these 1,000 years. Now I insist you fully experience the texture, taste, and aroma of Chocola Reserve. Bon appetit. I mean, pretty standard Mario nonsense. Soda's alive. We gotta fight it. As you do. Why wouldn't a Mario boss be kinda silly? I missed that. Oh, and the pop has a gun. Oh, that's a scope. I've always wondered why it is double-barreled. like I was saying before you joined in, that something that made my brain like have to stop and look at a wall for a second was seeing someone say that Mario games are fantasy in the same way that Alice in Wonderland is fantasy of stuff happens. It has its own internal logic, but also sometimes you're fighting a giant keg of pop for no other reason than some weird old man told the jokes for 1,000 years. Oh, that's the Luigi tell. It's just much deeper angle. I need to heal Mario. 25 still, yeah. That reminds me, I have a conspiracy theory. Well, not really conspiracy theory, but just like unfounded nonsense that makes a little bit of sense that I find funny. It's that every time somebody looks at a Kojima game or something of the like and makes a post or a video of like, dude, what is the game even about? That Kojima adds another hour's worth of cutscenes to the game in order to languishly, extensively, and completely answer the question of what this is about. Mostly because I find the idea of Kojima laboring under the idea that nobody actually understands his work and he has to be a lot more explicit. Flying pigs are real hams. Like a lot more explicit and clear, and make sure that that there is no ambiguity in his games. When in reality, everyone's just looking at it out of context and like, why is this happening right now? Or how does this make sense in context of the story that I do not know? Where everyone who's played is like, yeah, no, long cutscenes, everything explained in excruciating detail. Still a little bit of nonsense. It's very funny to me. Free Will Thing and Kojima talks to me and think of the Metal Gear Solid 2 ending. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. 2 was such a funny game. Especially because part of it is he has this like reputation of, oh my god, he predicted the future, and like, nah, he just writes sci-fi. The entire vibe of science fiction writers forever has always been looking at the current world and doing extrapolation from either what if everything that is happening now also or got worse to the point of absurdity, or what if we just assumed everything. 3 hours and 33 minutes exactly was the last save. Like, what if we just assumed everything kept on happening the way it is, and like what we saw in the world was more, just got to a point of the same but more so. And like, he's just good at it because that's just what genre he works in. I always want to avoid fighting when split up for no other reason than I dislike them having their experience desynced. It's just my own personal annoyance. This is why Asmod made this so Earth had high agoraphobic period of time. Yeah, like that makes perfect sense. Just from how things are, extrapolating that to a period of like, yeah, no, everyone's going to hate the natural world for reasons. Like, yeah. Or anything involving AI and being oddly having an odd degree of forethought is just like, yeah, no, they looked how people were treating machines and like, all right, what if said machines had a limited ability to talk back and feel realish? Look at this, very Mario-esque fella and the others guy. Just trying to say loser. What? What is it? Mario's gut filled to brim with Chocola Reserve sloshing around his insides? Gross. That's terrible. It's sort of disgusting. Must contact Lady Lima immediately. By the way, what's Chocola Reserve? Shh, I have no idea. The idiot gate guards are my favorite. Who are flocking to cities, and the cities became cities where you can no longer see outside in countries and all. Yeah, like it reminds me a lot of like the Warhammer 40k Hive City thing. Or like Star Wars and the entire planet of Coruscant. But yeah, no, it's not much of, like, there's not much of a natural world. It's just all cities taken to a ridiculous degree. The thing is, it's not that hard to have a prediction like that, because most of the time it's like most forms of fortune telling are like, where you don't have to be exact. You have to have close enough things or enough vagueness that even if it's not exactly what happens, people can see the applicability or the parallels, or like, I see what you're getting at. Still outside, managed entirely by robots. They probably appreciate it better. But glad the robots have free range to roam. And honestly, I remember some sci-fi like webcomic that characters went to Earth for a little bit, and the entirety of Earth was just a handful of those types of absolutely massive megacities, and most continent and landscapes or land masses were completely abandoned and left natural because, quote, after a certain point of population on a planet, this is the only way to actually have the planet be useful as a planet. Like, yeah, fair point. If you're at a point of advancement where most of the world would be, if left unchecked, artificial environments, you may as well just throw those indoors artificial environments on any random planet, and that's good enough. Same thing. It's fine. Yeah, like, most of the things with Kojima is... First of all, I will admit that I'm in the camp that I'm pretty sure most of his stuff is just he thought it was cool, or he's a bit up his own ass about everything. And everyone's just at a point where I was like, yeah, sure, you can do that. Yeah, sure, it's visionary because you've done it. So, and like, it's still fun games. It's just not the absolute... I don't think the hype is entirely justified. It's just... It's just a case of if you do some things first, you get a pass, and it's held up to a higher standard than people who do similar things better later. The other thing is, these are the hidden blocks I know exist. And like, the other thing is that it's just current events blown up to a very high degree. Like, I know Death Stranding 1 mentions, I love this dude. Like, he's just there. Hey, welcome to the Pipe House. Here to teach you everything you want to know about pipes. Not really, I know about them. See you later. Don't come if you won't ask. So mad we didn't want to hear his spiel about pipes. That's like the Bean equivalent of dude obsessed with trains. But yeah, like, Death Stranding 1 had like, basically name dropped Trump and everything that was happening in 2020 with, like, and it wasn't even intentional that it coincided with the start of the pandemic. It was just, I'm gonna stick with one I got on Luigi. It was meant to be like, oh yeah, there's an increasing amount of social isolation and lack of community and stuff like that. Ooh. That's pretty good. Or...
Violence
Oh, hey,
is
Sickly.
never the
How's it
answer.
going?
It's the solution.
Good to see you around. We're just doing the traditional glaring at equipment screens while I try to figure out what I want, and I think it's... I think the amount of power that I get from bros attacks makes it more worth it to keep that. Because... Oh, right! The cricket bat. There's a reason I'm using Corpse Model today, because so many people have been coming up to me for the purpose of violence. And, like, I get it. But also... Can't believe I'm being threatened to be hit with a cricket bat. Curse. Yeah, that is on me. That is my fault for being so round. I will not reflect. I will not be better. I will continue to be round. In fact, I might continue to be rounder just to spite the haters. Magnus Archives accidentally had an episode about the horror of social isolation, sickness, disease, global apocalypse, same time COVID was just happening. Yeah, because I think that happened a couple of times just out of the convenient factor of that was independently something on people's minds. And then something that exacerbated the problem to a massive degree just happened and continued to be very mismanaged about the whole thing. Like, I've had a friend phrase it as, like, everyone who's lived through COVID is still traumatized from the event because of how awful it was. Yep, I know how to make coffee. 25? Dang. Alright, what can I make? Nope. 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 I need to jump the board a lot more. Nope. Back to menu. Come on, I can't even do one of these. Oh, hey, I can do a Chocochino. Blend it. Yeah, so... I don't know. World's fucked. Oh, man. Got a bad feeling about this. Oh, yeah, this did come out, like, coincide with Luigi's Mansion. They even have the theme. It's like the aroma of your new drink's drawn out all the ghosts in this place. Oh, I was wondering it could be the beloved owner of a cafe, Professor Egad. I love the fact that GameCube, Game Boy Advance era is like... They... Actually, up to DS, they really pushed for Egad as being like a regular character and then just dropped him. Like, all the stuff that they tried to do for characters and expanding the cast in this for the GameCube era just like disappeared on the Wii. Like, almost every game had Toadsworth, I think even Paper Mario had a reference to Egad somewhere. I think. And then there's Luigi's Mansion, which introduced him properly. This game that has him show up in all of these these events, and Sunshine has him referenced as like the creator of Flood and the brush and all that. And then he shows up in the DS games, mostly oh dang. Mostly because they needed a inventor and scientific character for the purposes of the plot. It just disappeared. Like, I don't remember. Aside from the from Luigi Mansion's game, like, I don't remember the last time he's casually appeared in, like, there it is, in like a mainline Mario game. And they did the same thing for Toadsworth. Oh, that's a hint shop. I don't need that because I played this game so many times. And yet I've never really done the Beanstone side quest. I am kind of surprised that I'm doing it now to a good degree of completion, because I don't really like it. I think I've only done it once just to see what the reward would be, and then never again, because like there's 2 in-town side quests. One for digging up these stones, and then one for finding a dude's lost little worm buddies. And I've always gotten to like 9 beanstones. Never have been able to find the last one. Like, spend hours wandering around the town looking for them. Where's that other one even? Yeah. Yep. Ooh, bean. Where even is the guy who starts that? I think I know what it looks like. I think he's on this side of the map. Oh, hey, a little hint for doing this. What if the other guy moved out of the way last second? Nope. Unfortunately, the best way I have to explain what the... Oh, hey! This dude. The Beanlets. Also, the Beanlets are not super motivated, so there's no way they left town. Mood. I relate to those little guys. Like, I too, if I ran like a cat that got an indoor cat that got out without a plan, just run out the door, freeze for a minute because it's not just another room. There's so much stuff and they don't know how to handle it, and flop over and wait for you to carry them back inside. That kind of the vibe. Nope. There it is. How many of these things do I have? It has to be like 6-ish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, hey, 6. Called it. Although I wonder how they got on the roofs. I don't know. Things happen. Nobody understands why. Yep. Just saw that little section. I'm like, oh, right. That's where one of them is. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like sci-fi in general is kind of an underrepresented genre. Partially because my crack theory is that if you do fantasy bad, then then you haven't actually done a bad job with fantasy. You've actually just made a good homage to Lord of the Rings. Like, whether intentionally or not, it feels like a genre that has reached either a point of saturation or just general. People love fantasy. You can do pretty much whatever, and you'll find an audience of sorts, or at least kind of familiarity. That. All right, where's the rest? Oh, there's one. Or maybe it's just reached a point where it's so saturated due to like a couple instances of the genre popping up and absolutely popping off, like the whole idea of Game of Thrones just did so well, suddenly everyone always liked this genre. Oh, I got them all. Oh yeah. I will never use that, but it's really good to have for one dumb reason in particular. You can get a piece of gear later. 3. I love how you can talk to that guy while short, because you can talk to everyone short, but if you don't have anything to turn in, then there's no reason then there's nothing to really change. Everyone likes Game of Thrones until the TV show ended. Well, technically speaking, until a little bit before the TV show ended. I never watched it because it was at a point where it started that I had family members who enjoyed it and watched it, but I was kind of shooed away from it because at least they felt that it's like, nah, this is, you shouldn't be watching this. So I remember getting like bits and pieces, and then that until the point where it hit the, I've been so saturated with this that I don't really care about it. Like, because I've noticed that I'm not sure if it's largely a bad thing that there gets to be a point where it's like, I'm sorry, I've heard so much about this that I can't really summon up the effort to care, because it's been so oversaturated in my mind. It's not giving dopamine. It's not doing anything for me. I'm going to go be hyper fixated on something else. Ooh, there's one. But I remember hearing how bad the last season was, and wasn't that a case that they finished Game of Thrones before George R.R. Martin actually finished the series? Which I wonder, if that is the case, I wonder how that affected the readership turnout for the series. Like, did that have a knock-on effect of, okay, the TV show was so bad, I have to see how the author actually ended it. Yep, still hasn't. That's kind of rough. Like, you have this, one more. Now I'm determined to find the stupid thing. Well, you have this lightning in a bottle effect of, hey, we're doing a TV series based off of your books. I haven't finished the story yet. We got writers on that. We'll figure it out, or we'll adapt it to this point, and yada. And then it ends in such a way that people are legitimately soured on the IP, but you haven't finished the books yet, so you have a bunch of readers who were interested in your writing because of this TV show, and then drop off because of it. Going through as a TV show as a test balloon for how I wanted the book to end, and then got scared off. Yeah, I can see where the theory comes from, just from the angle of, hey, this was a property that he was advised on, and like he's done writing for other things or consulting. Like Elden Ring was a project that he was pretty heavily involved in. Like, I'm not sure if it's like looking over everyone's shoulders while they were making the game, and I'm sure at a point that From Software put it off to their own writers, but he did a lot of like the backstory work and enough of stuff that's like, oh, that's actually kind of huge and important for, like, he got them started, and then it's like, all right, here's the world, here's what everything is, here's everyone's relations to each other, some stuff that happened before, go do crime. So I can definitely see where they're coming from with the thought of, all right, this was just a test. The real ending would be different or better. Like, that's not how the books will end. At one hand, if he wanted the books to end that way, more power to him. Like, write what you want. But if he was actually teasing it out to see like what people would think about like an ending like this, and we'll go a different direction, bold move. I'm pretty sure they have test readers for that. Aha! The last one. Finally, this reward will be received at a useful time, because I have put this side quest off until the very last minute, and they're like, the reward is closed. It's meaningless to me now. Perhaps. Or it was just still really good. Anyway. Oh, Greed Wallet. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Oh yeah. Alright. 45.63 or 47.59. This is going on Luigi because he has less of both. And now, to get into more nonsense. Because it is ridiculous how huge, as far as upgrades go, the Hammer Bros moves are probably the biggest that you can get. Oh yeah, one of the little challenge levels. It's a little side scroller thing. I love that they did this. Favorite part of Mario as an RPG series is that they are dedicated to keep the fact that it is a platformer first and foremost right up there. So there's these little sections that feel very much like an original little platforming challenge. The fact that you can jump around and do stuff on the field is also 100% a part of that. Because I think one of the reasons I've never really finished a lot of old Final Fantasies, like I've played every Final Fantasy through 10, skipped 11, 12, 13, and then have played some of 14, all of 15, all of 16. And yeah, you can tell the point where the story transitions to action RPG instead of turn-based, because my hot take, which is evidently with Expedition 33 coming out, no longer that hot. It's starting to cool off finally. is that Square Enix is really bad at making turn-based RPGs. Like they've done interesting things for the like characters and classes, and the job system was an interesting idea, especially with the whole, oh, you can grind and get like the freelancer class, or the class that's gimmick is take all the best stats and abilities from everything else. And that's in 2 games. Like, that's in 2 games and the tactics RPGs. It's ridiculously underutilized for how interesting it is. Like, it's the... Like, those 2 games are the ones that you can say, like, oh, what's the unique thing of Final Fantasy? The job system. It's like, nah, Final Fantasy is kind of just like the base level. The thing that makes it good is the stories. The gameplay's kind of the exact same. Like if you play Dragon Quest and thought, man, I wish this world build was a bit more serious and every male character didn't look like Goku, that is the selling point of of Final Fantasy. And even then, that's a bit mean, but also, yeah, it's a series that hasn't really done much to distinguish itself, to the point where my perpetual take was actually the games that felt the best to play, not necessarily the best story in terms of JRPG style, has been Mario RPGs. Like Paper Mario's, Super Mario and Luigi. Any of those types of spin-offs have always been ones that I felt were just... They did more interesting things with what an RPG could do than anything from Squeenix. Which is funny, because the Nintendo made Mario RPGs started as Nintendo farming out the IP to Square. Yeah, I think it was before the Square and Enix merger. It was like, hey, make an RPG with our character, do that, have a good time, make it good. Like, you guys are the best at RPGs, and meanwhile, pretty much and it's a funny thing, because it's not just Final Fantasy it's not the company that's the problem, because they've done a ton of different RPGs that aren't just that. Like, they've done Chrono Trigger, which has the title as best RPG or one of the best games of all times, and that has gimmicks. Like, characters move around the screen during the attacks. There's a lot more dynamics and art to the game than just the classic Final Fantasy lineup and swinging at it, which they've kept even when they moved to 3D with 7, 8, and 9. Hell, they did it with 10 too, and 10-2. They did it with 10 and did it with 10-2 too. Yeah. And like Chrono Trigger had combination attacks, which were really cool. Like if you leveled up all your mages and sword players, they could, or sword player, close enough. You could get unique attacks off of that dealt a lot of damage and were really fun to use. And then they just kind of continued to not do that, to the point where it really annoys me that Expedition 33 is like, oh yeah, this is like a Souls-like turn-based RPG. It's like, no, Expedition 33 is doing things that Mario and Luigi games have been doing and Paper Mario games too. Like, that has more in common with Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door than anything Souls. Because Paper Mario you had a not really a tight window to dodge, but there was a limited window in which I hate this area just for the Lakitu. Or the Lakipi. Regional variations. I'll love to see evolution in action. Because like Paper Mario, you had the enemy did their attack and you had to time it to either so that you either defended, which is practically what the dodge is for Expedition 33, or we're gonna do power again. Yeah, good enough. Or you parried, which is the super guard from that game. Like, yeah, I know Mario isn't exactly something that you think of when talking about influential JRPGs and RPG-like games at all, but it's not Souls-like. It's just using some of the bare minimum action command mechanics in a modern and upgraded way that most games have neglected to do. And they finally, I don't know, the funniest thing is that the Expedition 33 finally did something that has been annoying people for pretty much all time of, hey, the main team in combat got knocked down and I got told there's a game over. I have almost an entire second team worth of people that I can switch to at any time. Just in auto boost power. Nah, I like the consistency more. But yeah, at any time when I'm not in combat, I can, or heck, even if I take a turn in combat to switch them out in some games. And yet when my first team dies, it's a game over regardless of what they could do. And Expedition 30 is like, nah, no, you can keep doing this, and you can justify it, and we can justify this with one phrase only. When one falls, we continue. Ah, right, I can't do this yet because I need the electric hand power. Can I dig up anything? Don't think so. I don't know. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe after the initial wave of excitement goes down for everything, and it because one reason that I'm really much more comfortable streaming retro games or old games or not, whatever the latest hotness is because every time you stream something new, you inevitably have either someone coming in and talking about spoilers, which I can't be too mad about. They're doing it largely because they're very excited, even if it's just like oh, don't get too attached to this character, or oh, this scene's coming up, or oh, are you before the incident? Like the little things of, all right, well, I know something's going to happen now. Oh, I did defense art. I should do stash next in Mario. You need to wax that mustache. Like, you get a lot of people coming into streams who are, for lack of a better word, annoying about it. And that ranges from the understandable, like, all right, I know that you didn't mean to, but this has happened enough times that I'm kind of a bit upset, and this is tanking my ability to stream this. Like death of a thousand cuts to your enthusiasm and your patience. And then there's also the fact that everyone is going to be streaming that game. And like, yeah, I get first of all the streamer's own turtle. Like the streamer's own excitement for like, hey, this new game came out, I'm really excited to play it. But at least personally, I feel like in any comparison where it's me and everyone else and larger streamers or more popular streamers or whatever. Oh, well, goodbye, Luigi. You had a good run of things. Oh, Mario almost had it too. Hey, can you heal me a bit too? Dang. Hey, Dreamers. How's it going? We just died. Yes, I enjoyed the Happy Hedgehog. That was very cute. I'm going to continue from there because it's been a while since I saved. I'm glad that that's a feature because oh. Okay, good. We kept all of our stuff. I'm like, if I have to go back through everything, including that side quest, I'm gonna be a little upset. Very Happy Hedgehog for, yeah. That's such a cute video. Just angry little ball of hedgehog spines. Then like, oh wait, you got an apple for me. Immediately cheered up. Cute little thing. Yeah. We're just talking about stuff. I've Bomb almost got up here. I've forgotten what. It's just whatever. Fun little. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Fun little middle of the day stream because I can. Yeah, original Mario and Luigi is a little bit unforgiving. Yeah. Like, it's a game where I really like this feature, among other things. Like, again, favorite RPG on the Game Boy in this entire era, like early 2000s. Like, it encourages you to use your bros attacks in regular battles, even to punch above your weight a bit. Like, the beach is a higher level than the rest of the area. The beach in the north area is definitely like a little bit, you shouldn't be here until the story tells you, but it's accessible, so we're going to let you anyway. Don't know how to dodge that. Oh, come on. Really? Right at my brother? Alright. That's why you pack some one-up mushrooms. But it's also not a stingy game. It's a rare RPG where your MP or MP equivalent is freely accessible. Like, I got 16 syrups for 20 bro points. I can just restore them if I need to. It's not like pretty much any other. Like, there's two ways you can do this. Either be like, no, you can restore your MP at any point because it's just an item. We'll let you buy an item. If one of the devs gets upset about it, we'll set it at a high price. Or you have those RPGs that are like, no, MP is a resource. We are inadvertently drawing a lot of inspiration from D&D, which for D&D, there's the only way I've ever seen to recover spell slots or MP if you use that, I knew there had to be something. Or MP if you use a system that converts it. So far, my best idea has just been the spells costs are level to cast for MP. So like a level 1 spell costs 1 MP to cast. And instead of like upcasting works the same of spell level times the amount of upcast. So to upcast a level 1 spell to using a level 2 slot would be, it costs 2 MP instead of 1. Like, just keep on doubling the MP until you get to a level that's satisfactory. Block that way. But, like, there's no way. Like, essentially, the MP system is just a way for you to downcast, or to use multiple of your spell slots to cast higher level spells. So, like, if you have 9, so I think it caps out at 5 first level spells, which after a certain point, those aren't the most useful things if you're doing a high level campaign. It's more useful to be able to pool 9 or like 5 first level spells into a single 5th level. Especially if it's something like Disintegrate, which deals a minimum of 60, max of 100 points damage. It's something like that. It's like base 40 and then 10 d6s or something. Like the math works out that it can do that. A very lucky roll on that damage is the same as like power word kill. But if you haven't been judiciously keeping track of how much health the enemy has, it won't just fail because they have more than 100. But also, I hope you're doing good today, Dreamer. I got distracted because that... Yes. Oh, right. The stinginess of RPG resources. Okay, that's good to hear. If you can't... Oh, you're not... Yeah. Let me try that again with more thought behind it. Like, sometimes that's the best that you can do. And it's better than it being just awful. Can't buy ethers. Like, that is the most annoying thing. Because they end up in your inventory whenever you do find them. And then just like, alright, so we have something that I either have to guess and use in a meaningful amount of time, or if I do what the game wants me to, which is manage my resources judiciously, i.e. even in regular combat, never actually use... There's something else around here, I thought. Like, it just ends up to you never using your spellcaster's spells in regular combat unless you're at a point where, like, oh, I desperately need to because I'm screwed. So that's a couple party members who have no purpose. So you either have them be competent in some sort of melee combat because that's what they're going to be doing most of the time. Perfectly normal university setting. This feels correct. Yeah, or well, hopefully an inn's nearby, and you just go between that save point where you can restore your MP. Kakaletta and her crew snuck into the university, transformed all the university professors into monsters. Creepy. We've been beating up mostly innocent people. But also the laser sniffet is just a fun, cool design. I'm a sucker for anything in a gas mask. But yeah, like going back and forth between rest points, inns, save points, places that you can use like a tent or a full party recovery item. Aha! Knew there was something. It just goes to make it much more useless when the limiting factor for, like, because that all gets it from D&D. Final Fantasy 1 was a very transparent rip-off. Yeah, rip-off is a good word for it. Of D&D. Like, there is several enemies that they got directly, names, vibes, or whatever. There's a wizard, quote-unquote, mini-boss that was transparently just a mind flayer. There's, of course, someone attempted to rip off the Beholder, which is, like, you don't do that because Wizards of the Coast guards that one religiously as, like, the face of their brand. And it also, in earlier Final Fantasies, had the spell point systems of, instead of MP, just you had several slots of this level, several slots of this level, and they're leveled in a very similar way. I think you could even upcast spells for either a better effect, but first Final Fantasy was bugged to a point that spells weren't all that useful because they either didn't work or they did underwhelming damage. And yeah, you just kind of had to hope that it worked out. But hang on, I think ads are in a bit. Yeah, eyeball the tentacles. Well, specifically eyeball with multiple eye stalks and looks like a flying meatball. Like Doom's Keiko Demon, but more so, which is funny because Doom's Keiko Demon was not ripped off of the Beholder. That was ripped off of the Astral Dreadnought. Like, you can actually look at old art and see just how badly they traced off of that. It's kind of funny. Knockback throws. Let's throw a bro ball at him. Yep, ads. Be back in a second.
I only had that sprint long enough to thread her up. We don't know. All we got are suspects. My job, find out who. My job, find out who. more than you think.
Oh, the mic's on. Well, now you're back. Because unfortunately, I did need to... Fortunately, I didn't need to stand up for a minute and grab something. Well, actually, it's more like 2 minutes 30. Exact timer on actions is fun. Yeah, like... I actually remember what we were talking about this time, because I meant... Instead of forgetting what I was talking about, I forgot to look up the actual stats on a couple D&D spells that I was going to prove a point. Because the balancing factor on why magic is treated as a limited resource in D&D is that I'm pretty sure this is similar for some RPGs, but not all of them. Is that magic is kind of overpowered. Like, having to manage those limited resources is the skill check. That if you're able to do that, then it doesn't really matter. Like, that's the point where the DM kind of has to intentionally step in and make it so that whatever methods the party is using to actually get past to always have their spellcasters at full charge whenever they face anything. Because they, ideally, there should be a little... Yeah, the viruses are such a neat enemy. Like, they work the same way that they do in Dr. Mario, that if you match their color... Like, they have, I think, higher health in an area than most enemies in this area. At the very least, I have noticed that after a certain point, if you do kill them, they become more annoying. Like, you're just supposed to match their color. It's such a cool enemy design. Like, again, this is why I think these Mario RPGs are some of the best in the genre, because they do things like, oh yeah, here's an enemy with a gimmick. Like, yeah, sure, Final Fantasy games not technically, I will admit, Final Fantasy's bonuses, or positives and plus sides, oh, I love this. They have the block history from Super Mario 64, Super Mario Bros. World, Paper Mario. And this is essentially local foreign scientists trying to study technology to understand these blocks. Oh yeah, this doesn't actually give anything. But yeah, the main purpose, or the main argument for Final Fantasy that I think is why it's no longer really the best RPG out there in terms of gameplay, is that it has good art and good story. Yeah, the functionality of the Mushroom Kingdom blocks. It's like, I'm sorry, how did they make this thing disappear? Oh, get off my head. Oh, we made that guy fill up by accident. Oh, I chose right. I knew there was one that I could insta-kill both viruses. I didn't know which one it was. Yeah, because... But yeah, and what I was saying with the D&D and spell casting is that individually, your highest amount of damage will come from either, at least in 5th edition, will come from rogues. Just that entire class. They do so much damage, it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, high level rogue can do enough damage to be very similar to a mid-level spell, which is the other issue. Spells are the primary point of damage. Like, Disintegrate, I think, is a 5th or 6th level, and that does 100 points max. You have... Oh, always follow after Mario. Nice. Defense is nice, but I'm going to stick with this for health. Yep, backstabs. Although even then, the rules for 5th edition is advantage on the attack or in combat, or targeting a combat in, or an enemy already in combat with a party member or an ally. Which means 2 rogues going at one dude is guaranteed to always have some sort of advantage. And even then, like, paladins or another tank are some of the best types of people to party up with a rogue on. The problem is, eventually you're going to have a DM who gets wise to this and will start targeting the rogue, which is not actually that big of an... Ooh, thanks for the daily check-in. I think that number is probably a bit low because you tried it on a day when the bot just decided, no, I'm not going to work. And the good music. Alright, I'm glad that the block will let me still hit it even if I mess up who should be hitting it. Wait, like just a couple, anyone tanking and somebody else on damage is enough to make rogues deal a ton. Not a fan of New Vash? Yeah, me neither. I really like Classic. I mean, if it's not obvious. I really like the Classic series a bit more. Like, the fact that it didn't just go out and say everything that was going on with the world and that. And like, I liked the late series reveals of like, oh yeah, Vash is this, that, and the other thing. Too whiny compared to... Yeah, I can also see that. Like, because old Vash was... I mean, it is actually a pretty consistent and arguably important trait that Vash is a bit of a crybaby. But there's a point where it's too much. And there was points in the original where I remember when showing it to friends as like, why is he acting this cool? He should not be this cool. Especially, like, there's one scene where he gets royally pissed off and just straight up loses control for a second. Would have actually killed a guy if he wasn't wearing a bulletproof visor. And you also realize that, oh wait, I heard one gunshot. There are 3 impact marks on that dude's visor. Huh. Got New Vash's... Look, New Vash's, I'll have your daughter home at 6, sir. Old Vash's, sir, I'm... That's actually a plot of an episode. Sir, I've lost your daughter for you, just as we have agreed to. And it's also the one where he's like, oh wait, this is probably the coolest that he's appeared because he's fully, consciously, and intentionally playing into how everyone sees him as a cold-hearted humanoid disaster. Oh, and it also works out well because this is old Vash. Like, Like, there's a scene in the movie, in the traditional early 2000s movie of dubious canonicity of, like, there is no, this did not happen, this is not a prequel film, but there's also no way that this happened in the middle of everything. There's no point where everyone knew each other without this happening simultaneous. Like, yeah, the RoboChomp, I love them, but they're also a pain. Don't worry, there will be more. There will be so many more. Do a bit of healing, because yes. Man, I don't even think it's the luck of the saint, because there's like one scene where, all right, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, and then 3 and oh, yeah, I think I got it. Like, I think he's just, like, my interpretation is just that he's extremely skilled, supernaturally so. I've already forgotten this. Hey. Door release code 2. So that's what it is now, and then... yeah, so it's... double red... oh, wait. No, I only have to remember 4 things. It's blue, blue... it's 2 blue on the top right, 2 blue on the middle, and everything else is red. So this is blue, this is blue, this is blue, and everything else is red. It's amazing the tricks you learn when you realize that, oh wait, my memory isn't that good. Although ironically, I figured out that trick of what's the least that I have to remember and remember everything else because of the woohoo canon in Brothership. It's like, all right, I can't remember which ones have Mario and which one have Luigi in them. I can remember which of these 8 cannons has just Luigi in it. Works well. And there. Because, yeah, most of the time I do that exact same thing of I'm just going to write down what it is and or take a screenshot or something, because, yeah. Oh, yep, just easy. Don't have to worry too much. Just get the colors to match. Might have to tank a hit, but it's worth it. Hell yeah. We'll do... hell yeah. Now you mentioned killing the virus. Oh! Yeah, I didn't even look at the XP. That makes sense. That is... oh, no! No, I didn't want to do that. Why did I get a lucky? I have to remember to not... yeah, 66. I guess that is a good amount. I have to remember to actively fail the action command, which is another really interesting thing to just, you know, spring on a combat encounter for a gimmick of, yeah, you don't actually want to do the action command properly, because if you do, then that's less XP than you should get. Like, then that messes up the gimmick. But no, like, there's so many instances in classic Trigun of Vash just doing some ridiculous feat of accuracy and gunmanship that I'm not even sure that it's the devil's luck. It's just, yeah, it's almost like a Batman, yeah, I know exactly how everyone's going to react and how the situation is going to go. Because, yeah, there's like episode 5 or 6. I remember it's the same episode with the joke of, everywhere I go, everyone's so mean to me, why am I crying in French? Which I'm so mad there's not a good gif of that because it's just him crying in French. It's so ridiculous. It ain't. I read that right. But like he dodges a bunch of people shooting at him in a restaurant, fakes being dead, grabs and holds a couple people at gunpoint except for one dude, and is like, wait, like, oh yeah, you can definitely try shooting me if you want. Like, go ahead and try. Like, yeah, no, I knew that you were out of ammo from like the moment everything ended. Like, somehow he kept track and counted during all of that. Oh, this is where Mario lives now. I think another thing that I really liked about Trigun is the fact that it does something that I kind of want to do for D&D a bit more, that, well, more of an inspiration for storytelling, that Vash doesn't actually fire his gun in the classic series until episode 6. Like, it's out of ammo in the first episode, with one of the funniest cold intros of... If you've never watched or seen the classic Trigun cold intro, I highly recommend you just go Google classic Trigun either intro or thugs destroy a bar with gunfire. Because that's exactly what it is. Vash is just sitting in a bar, enjoying a drink, listening to everyone talk about him. Oh, hey Banana, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope your stream of I forget what it was, but it's like the farming sim where you can sell your soul to a devil. I was lurking there last night. Hope that you had a good stream of that last night. We're just talking about stuff, having a good time. People got me on Trigun, so we're going on that. Okay, no, there we go. There's the pattern. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I have the day off before a 3-day weekend, so I cannot complain. I tried to, as is tradition, and cannot think of anything. Wait, why do I need that? Oh, right, I need that open to get in there, to get the barrel, to get... I see. Wouldn't have it any other way. Hell yeah! Good to hear. And I hope that you had a good time seducing the 90-year-old woman. All right. But yeah, because I was thinking of a couple things, and that, so my D&D group does probably one of the best things that you can for a long-term D&D group, is that we swap out who's DM. Ah, dang it. Wrong button. Oh, leave and come back. Oh, yep, I was there for that. Nice attempt on changing the subject. Hope that works. It's easy to change the subject here. But, so like, every single person in our group has DM'd at some point, and we all have slightly different styles. Whereas, for myself, I suck at combat as a DM. I am much better at combat as a player, because for that one, it's easier for me to be like, yeah, number goes up. That I am just here to do a passable job, optimize for myself, and all that, but I cannot balance an encounter. I don't like running D&D for multiple reasons, so I run other systems that don't really have the challenge rating calculation, which is fine, because I've never bothered to learn how to do a challenge rating calculation either, and because of my early experiences when I did run D&D, I would never get combats right, so it's either is usually like 5 round 3-round combats where either the players got wiped out immediately or the enemies got wiped out immediately. Like I joke that every time I run a one-shot, a player would die, not on purpose, but because I accidentally killed them. Oh, Dreamers, thank you so much for gifting the sub. I appreciate that. Why did the alert not go off? I'm going to have to look at it. Yeah, it's a lot for me. So, yeah, like all the balancing and keeping things, because like you want the trick of balancing on the DM side for combat is you want to make it just deadly enough that they almost die, but not enough that they actually have to keep on rolling new characters. Sorry that the alert didn't go off. Hey, actually, wait. I'm going to be sitting in one place for a hot second. Can I just quickly see? Oh, that's why I didn't have it on. Can I test? Wait. I have a solution. Where's the... Hey, celebration. No, I don't want to delete it. General settings. What do you mean there's not a... Aha! There we go. That's what should have popped up. Good to know. I think I had it only for like the batch subs and not a single one, which I thought would have covered everyone, but I stand corrected. Well, actually I'm sitting down, so I sit here corrected. I do appreciate the gift, and I hope they enjoy the emotes, and well, I would say the ad-free viewing, but I always get up during ad breaks, so nothing actually happens. Hopefully the emotes and the other privileges. Yeah. Oh, right. Balancing D&D encounters. So yeah, so I tend to not really focus on combat as much, which is hard because on some level, combat is the easiest way to fill a lot of time in a session and have something fun because it's all the stuff on your sheet doing things. And it has the most danger. But what I like to do instead is just psychologically torment my players. Like there is a bunch, like I have for the campaign that I was running but took a break from to let other people play, I have it set up so that they have a support network of other NPCs. And so far, every time I'm like, yeah, I have an idea for what I could do to you guys, the response has been, don't you dare touch our NPCs. And I've had, yeah, it's just more fun and easier on me because I have a bit more control on if the NPCs or anyone else actually dies. Ah, dang it. There we go. Got the timing in the end. So there's a little bit less stress of, dang it, I'm going to accidentally kill someone and whatever story or characterization that they had planned isn't going to go through. And so far I'm proud of myself. I have derailed an entire session by just some incidental thing, like, oh yeah, by the way, what you thought about this NPC or this companion creature that you got, isn't actually what's going on, and there's implications. Yes, it adds so much flavor. Eh? Do I need a second? Alright, I kind of remember that, so can't get down there. Oh, right, I can spin jump across the top. I see. And it helps because even if I need some damage to happen, and I can't do it because again I legitimately am not good at combat, I can get so much more mileage just out of that. And meanwhile, it's kind of funny how different each of our individual methods of DMing is, because the person who's currently running it does understand how to do combat good and threaten and prioritize. So I'm playing a wizard. I also build characters for what is fun for me to there's the second barrel for roleplay purposes, because the last person who was DMing is also really more focused on role-playing. I've almost died multiple times. I have been not... we've done 2 sessions so far, and I have not been at 14 HP once. Are you actually wearing a skull destroyer? Is that your actual bones? Does this answer the question? Flesh is hard, and I did not feel the need to do any more than I absolutely had to. So if I actually close up the jacket, which, not now, then I should look humanish? Maybe? Aside from the fact that my body temperature is that of a chilled cadaver, and I'm not exactly sure what that's like. But yeah, there's a reason that I call this body corpse. So I've always liked the idea of eldritch, humanoid eldritch abomination that looks human, but there's something just wrong. So this one that I got some stuff working on. It's still working on. Oh hey, the prerequisites Donkey Kong shout out. Because you do need one of these every Mario game. But I do have stuff working that'll hopefully be able to show off what it looks like when corpse is not just sitting there full chest out. Because your model, it's like waist up, pretty normal looking. Waist down, tentacles. Still 7, or has that 8th one grown back yet? Oh, thank you, Twister. Because it's the idea behind corpse is this is the one point where if I absolutely have to go out in public and not cause a scene, just throw on the jacket, throw on some pants, button it all up so you can't tell that there's only bones, and that's good enough. That's the amount of effort that I'm willing to expend at this point in time. Who knows when it will, when you least expect it. Probably. The energy to stream is there, but my ability to talk for long periods of time without my throat getting scratchy is not. The downside of being an introvert who actually rarely talks outside of certain points. Oh yeah, it's like that. No, wait, I'm thinking of another point. That's just Nintendo's really good about that, where they'll have a very basic puzzle or something that's absolutely trivial to do like that, but it lets you figure out the mechanic. Because like there's been only one or two other places. No, you did have to shove Mario full of liquid before, and on Hoo-Hoo Mountain, the first, which is like second dungeon technically. Yeah, second dungeon technically. And then again on an optional area, but this point it's like, hey, you have a hammer now. You didn't have that before. You can do different things. Preparations have completion. Oh, great Cat Gletta, unleash the voice of Princess Peach on Beanstar when you are wanting to. The moment when all the world will bow down to me has come at last. I love the Peach bots. Ah. One more coin, just because. Oh yeah. I remember this being one of the most annoying coots in gaming. Mostly because when I played this originally, I did not realize how to do the combat section of this. So I mostly ran away from fights because I was either annoyed at being mobbed or was almost dead. So I was under-leveled for this, and this boss was a pain. Then coming back to it, I realized how fun the fights were, and now most of the time I'm over-leveled. Thank you. What's happened? What is this? I've fright. Situation we had not suspected has begun to develop. May we flee? Pests, loathsome pets. Worst possible moment. Don't have time to deal with you fools. But yeah, no, we don't have to be still in a cutscene. Let's just hammer this pest down. Time to fight a scary grandma. Oh, actually dodged the black bulls. Go off to a good start. I wonder. Oh! It is just whichever one spoke first. That or I got really lucky there. Probably a bit of both. Alright, alright. I just love that for this game, you probably will get hit with an attack once. Alright. Okay, so that was only the first time, so we gotta do it manually. Nope. Like you're probably going to eat an attack the first time, but not. Oh, it was the exact same one as last time. Dang it! But like if you're quick about it, you can tell like, all right, this is how it gets. This is how it's done. This is the timing. Ah. Wait, is it just the biggest one? Is that the entire gimmick? Are all the other clones smaller than you? Nope! That is just how it looks. I'm like, wait, is there a trick to this? Have I figured it out? Ah, poison. And 3. Yeah, I know. I bet you're excited about 3 elderly women. Wait. It might be whichever one attacks. I mean, I've never been too concerned with figuring out, like, the trick, because you can just murk them all. Actually, there might not be a trick, simply because there's no need for them. Alright, poison's getting worse. No holding. Only attack. Only sheer unbridled aggression and throwing people at people with a hammer. Tenacious little boys, aren't you? Too busy for such games. Time for this to end. Ah. Now back to scary. Though, we can probably deal with this before anything else. Oh, hey, Spirit. How's it going? Thanks for checking. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm hoping that anyone who's listening to this at work is having a good day at work, because nobody at their job has any desire to do anything at all today. Hell yeah. You'll love a long weekend. It should... How much excitement is permissible to respond to this? I hope it's very minor. Like, I hope it's not a... Oh, dang, leveled up twice? That rarely happens. I must have been right on the verge of a level up and then went straight to it. Is for one... Hell yeah. Because a mild amount of sickness. Like, there was one day when I don't know what it was or what caused it. I think it was just... Wait, pressure changes. That's what it was. It was right before a massive storm. And I think that I was dealing with something else, and that's what got me. But in the parking lot from my car to walking into work, I got a massive nosebleed. I didn't have any tissues in the car because I forgot to stock it like that. So I'm bleeding all over myself. I also wore a white shirt that day, or like a light gray. Oh, don't worry about it. We just beat up an old evil grandma, and her badly translated and localized minion sucked her up into their hat. Oh, right, yeah. So I walk in, I'm covered in blood. I set my stuff down, go to the bathroom, deal with it. Then, like, I'm right by the HR person. I'm like, hey, I'm feeling fine now, but I'm gonna work from home the rest of the day. Like, I'm covered in blood, and blood-splattered IT guy is a vibe, but I don't think that's approved by the dress code. I'm gonna go. And, like, that was actually a really good day. It started rough, but I'm used to having a lot of bad nosebleeds. Like, it gets very dry for whatever reason, and sometimes it just does that. I'm actually a little shocked that... Oh, Zartarum. Yeah, good day is best surprise, and sometimes in order to have a good day, you just have to be bold enough to bleed from your face multiple times. Also, how's it going, Nam? Hope you're doing good today. I hope the Digimon World... Is Next Order the new one that's like... Not Survive, but like Cyber Sleuth? Cyber Sleuth? That took way too long. But that's going good. Yeah, everyone else is missing out. Because I got to go home. I felt fine physically. Nothing was actually wrong health-wise. I mean, sure, I was a little bit lightheaded and a little bit dehydrated because I did lose I lost a bit more blood than normal doing that. Like, it was a good 2-3 minutes, probably 2 minutes before I was able to plug it. But yeah, it was a perfect excuse because I'm like, hey, I'm covered. This looks bad. I'm a little bit miserable to be sitting here like this. I'm just going... I didn't even ask for permission. I'm just like, I'm going to go home. And if this is a problem, y'all can deal with that later. Fortunately, I can do my entire job from home, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it's actually a bigger problem, the fact that everywhere I've worked, everyone has been a boss that's like, yeah, we want people in the office, we want them sitting down. There's no reason you should be able to, even though you can do your entire job from home, we don't want you doing that. Also, Mecha Chomp's back. Oh yeah. It was quiet that day, but it's quiet every day because like the place I work, there's a main office that's like the original, and it's a small enough company that the opening of the branch that I actually work at is new enough that there's like a tiny office staff there, and I forget to not... There we go. And then anyone who does work there, it's a surprise that there's anyone. Naturally, you're dehydrated after sleep. So, yeah, after sleep, after nosebleed, there wasn't much else. It was a pretty dry day. Which is... It's why for the longest time on the stream, I had a redeem that was, it was an anti-hydrate. Instead of getting me to drink something, it was to get me to stop drinking something, because I usually polish off like how big is this water bottle? 2 32-ounce water bottles during stream, and I do like 3 of those during the workday. But then I took it off because nobody actually wanted to redeem it, because of the whole mindset of, oh, you have to remind your streamers to drink or else they won't. It's like, no, I have the optional plan. Every time you hear me stop awkwardly mid-sentence and go like, or hang on, or just like go at a weird angle, I'm drinking from my water bottle. Like that. Just took a chug. Next door is the one that's like Digimon World 1, where it's more monster. Oh! Okay, I've seen actually a lot of people play World 1, which is like... That game feels like Digimon crossed with Animal Crossing, but there's actually crossed with a little bit of Harvest Moon, and there's also the plot. I have no idea why this little thing's here. Maybe there's something in the water. Maybe it gotta spit into this. It's a mystery to us all. Thick boy. It's a thick-ass bowl. Mario likes to drink. What can I say? Mario doesn't have a drinking problem. He has a problem stopping to drink. There we go. Oh, hey, we got the one refreshing herb I had to use this entire game back. I almost always go, instead of using like status recovery items, I almost always just instead face tank it and deal with it afterwards, so I don't use a turn in combat, or hope that it heals afterwards. But yeah, so that... Oh, and there's one other time that I was able to work from home because of that, but I'm actually embarrassed and a little annoyed at how this happened. It's because I forgot my morning medication. So I have a med, like, on 8 is my ADHD med that take every morning. This is the only time it's actually happened that I've forgotten to take it. And I'm so used to it at this point that if I don't have it, like, I'm fine to skip it on the weekends. I usually, I've started taking it again now on the weekends just because I want to be able to do something, and I've been subbing out my ADHD meds on weekends for a long time with energy drinks because it's similar. And then that stopped really working, so I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to take it. I have plenty. There's no danger of shortage in the near future, and I got stuff for when that does happen. I got plans. And so I forget it, and because I'm usually a bit more stressed at work, which is just a me thing. There's no reason. I'm just built like that. Built like a chihuahua, anxious all the time. So I forget it. I actually need it, so focusing is tiring. Everything's just kind of tiring. And I'm like, by noon, I'm like, hey, I have a headache. I can feel my bones. Can't focus at all. I know exactly why. Is that the medication in general or the energy drink thing? Because like it does kind of help because like enough caffeine, it's a stimulant. It's not a good thing, but like people who aren't on meds for various reasons but still have to deal with ADHD kind of can do that. Yeah, and also thanks. Yeah, so I'm just like, hey, I'm having all this stuff because I know why. Can I just work from home for the rest of the day? Like, yeah, go do that. So I feel really bad for that because, like, if I just remembered to take the dang thing, God, this last one's a pain. Then I wouldn't have had to. But here's the dumbest part. Once I got home, I didn't actually have anything really to do that day. I had to, except an email came. Ow. Shoot. Last one's a pain. An email came in that said, like, hey, your yearly training that it's the same videos as last year. We didn't change a thing. I literally did all the check your understanding and make sure that you actually watch the videos from memory. Nervous like a small dog. Yeah. It's a vibe. Like, literally, you're vibrating all the time. And sucks. Yeah, I totally should have. It's just weird timing with the distance travel and the movement. Oh, wait. I see. I see how it is. And then I immediately whiff that shot. You have to. I remember this one specifically always causing issues. They really like their time a glob of water into a moving target puzzle. Come on. Oops. It's almost tradition at this point for me to say, like, I understand, and then completely fail anyway. Comprehension does not mean completion. But yeah, so I just watched, like, training videos for the rest of the day. I did none of them, and they had piled up for almost 3 months. I'm like, all right. So I put them on my laptop, actually started playing video games, and there we go. And it was a pretty fun time. Like, yeah, I guess this is kind of a bad argument for why work should work from home. But also, oh yeah, I want to say it before that. Like, I did it to standards, and I did it with actually listening to it more because I did it in a way that actually works for me. Because the most annoying thing when neurodivergent and in a corporate environment is it's very performative. Like, Like, even though if it's true of like, yeah, no, doing this thing that you think means I'm slacking off doesn't actually mean that I'm slacking off. Sometimes my brain won't do anything no matter what. And the best way I've found to deal with that is to just reset it quick. And sometimes, and like all the times, like, yeah, sometimes you stare off into space. Yeah, I don't have control about that. Sometimes it happens and I don't realize that. Boo to you, I say. Why does this always happen? We've known each other for, well, we've known each other for one dungeon at this point, 2 now. And wait until the 3rd time to declare Nemesis. Oh, but I should not have been checking if I got a text or anything at that point. Here we are. Alright, do I need to do... I think I need to do it like every battle. A couple times each battle to actually get the advanced. And yeah, I also know that you're technically supposed to focus on Rookie here first because he will always attack whenever you hit Popple first instead of him. Actually, yeah, whenever you hit Popple at all, he gets a turn. But I know how to not get hit by his attacks, and Popple is actually annoying. I do not like the video game thief type of archetype. It's like, that's my stuff. I don't buy anything. I steal all my stuff from the environment. It's mine. And plus, if you don't hit the action command or the counter, he'll steal your items and heal, and there's nothing more annoying than any type of enemy that'll heal. Eyes on See? On one hand, I'm already distracted by the fact that chat is a thing, and like Twitch streaming, you're naturally more distracted by the fact that, oh, there's stuff going over here. Oh, there's stuff going on over here. Oh, there's stuff here, here, and here. Like, there's so much stuff to keep track of just because of the software and also the mentality of viewership and all that, and the performance part of it. So of course I'm going to find a way to make it worse. Why wouldn't I? Why would I make things simple? It's more fun if it gets sillier, and oh my god, 5. I didn't know that could go up to 5. Nope, not that one. I was trying to see if there was a tell for it, if there's any way to see, like, oh, you haven't upgraded this one in a while. Oh, now our treasure's gonna fly away, see? Everyone get on. For now. This is unfortunately one of those games where even if you would... Actually, no. No, this game's really good of the Mario Bros. Getting lasting, meaningful victories. Oh, remember. I am Bowser the King. Just had to knock some sense into him. Unfortunately, he's going flying right again. So, this is the joke they do every time. That every time Mario Bros. Get flung and buried. There we go. Alright, and I finally checked my phone. Why? Because a webcomic I read updated. The problem is when you stream for fun and something else fun pops up with a notification on your phone of, hey, more fun. It's hard not to. That, and I do unfortunately have to end because I got to, long story short, I got to run a package out to someone. Like, I ordered something and I ordered something for my brother, and the agreement is that, all right, I'll buy, like, hey, I've got the ability or I got like this rebate through work that if I buy like a fitness thing that I get half off. You want a new bike trainer, I want your old one, so you just pay for it, and so you pay for the bit that mine doesn't cover, and it's perfect. So I gotta run that out over there for today. But we're going to be rating Star, and I think I spelled her name right because it's literally Greek. She's playing Story of Season Grand Bazaar, new Harvest Moon that's like a remake of an old. Looks cute, looks fun. And also I rarely get to raid her because she streams in the middle of the day regularly. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for chatting. I really enjoy doing this. I might actually look to see if I can stream on Saturdays more often, because it's kind of nice to have energy and like the open-ended of the entire afternoon. So yeah, you too. Like, I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll see you when I see you. I forgot that I have an ending soon screen. Dang it, I set this entire thing up down with all the credits, and there's even a quote of the day at the bottom that's randomly selected from like the 200 plus at the end quotes of dumb things I've said, and well, this font hurts me. Good. Good. Because if you want to know, I did color match this font color from the Star Wars opening crawl, and I've meant to come back to here to change it to the actual font and style, but I've decided not to. Well, it's out of my hands now. Goodbye, good luck.